If you want to see how I miserably failed to style this hair, then keep on watching. So I'm using the Rapid Blue Powder Bleach, and I'm just going to pour it in the look container it comes in with. I didn't have 40% developer, only had 30, but it was actually perfect because I'm kind of a beginner. I think 30 was perfect because it wouldn't develop too quick, and it gave me like some time to really just perfect it in a way, if that even makes any sense. So I'm gonna pour until it reaches a not a runny and not a too thick consistency. I'll say the consistency of probably Greek yogurt or a tiny bit more runnier, just so I can let it actually penetrate through the knots. I would advise you to pour a little at a time, just so you don't pour in too much and you get the right consistency. At this point I've got the right consistency, as you can see, not too runny. And this is the hair that I got. I will put in the screen where it's from. Definitely did need bleaching and also plucking, which I will do after I bleach. So what I'm doing here now is just brushing all of the hairs back. Then I'm spraying some hair glue just to protect the hair and stop it from bleaching from the other side, just in case the bleach decides to go through. Then I'm placing it on my wig head inside out. And making sure it's secure enough and no hairs are hanging out. Then I'm using a plastic knife. I'm just going to spread that along gently, because if you do apply too much pressure, it does seep through to the other end, which it did in my case. But to be honest with you, kind of happy it did, because it made it look a lot more natural, even though it's not supposed to have gone through. But I've learned my mistake here. Like I said, I am a beginner, so this is just me testing it out, and yeah, you see as the video goes on. So at this point, this is when I did go and check on the other side, and I saw that it went through. But to be honest with you, I wasn't too bothered because the hair was already light. I was kind of okay with it. I then applied some foil just to get the process going a bit quicker, as I had somewhere to be later on that afternoon. I did leave this on for about half an hour, and I kind of got scared because I started seeing the blonde hairs, and it seemed like all of the knots were bleached. At this point though, I did leave it in for another 5 minutes, then I rinsed it out. Now I'm rinsing out all of the bleach first, making sure I get it all out of the lace and the hair. And then it was at this point when I realized it actually didn't take to all of the knots, and I probably could have left it for another, let's say 5 to 10 minutes, and then it would have been perfect. You can see how it looks. I was kind of concerned with the blonde roots, but I did save that with the purple shampoo, which I am using, and it's going to remove the brassiness that you can see. So I like to apply a generous amount, and I make sure I rub that in really well. I use this about 2 times, then I leave it in for about 5 minutes and rinse it out thoroughly. I'll make sure I do get through each and every single strand because I don't want to miss any bit. After this, I did then condition the hair and allowed it to air dry for a couple of hours. Then this is how it looks. As you can see, it definitely does need some plucking, even though it does say that this comes pre-plucked. Now this is the first time I'm actually going to attempt to properly pluck the hair and not rush it too much. I realized that I shouldn't have allowed it to kind of dry too much. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's actually better for me to pluck it on slightly damp hair just so I can see better. You can see I've removed the baby hair. As you can see, the first section of where it's already been pre-plucked, and I am plucking just behind that, and I'm going across instead of me plucking one section at a time. This whole process was tricky for me to film, but I filmed as much as I could. As I am plucking along, I'm making sure that I'm then brushing the hair out and removing the plucked hair. You can see that was just for the first section. Now this is the hair after I'm done with all the plucking. To be honest with you, I got tired of plucking. It was just a lot, so I just left it as is. Did as much as I could. So now at this point, I'm now making sure that it actually fits on my head. So I am going to get my scissors and cut around my ear, and at this point I'm just removing the excess lace and excess hair that's on it. Have to be careful that you don't actually cut the weft of the hair, as in this case the weft of the hair was kind of low to my ears, so I had to make sure I don't cut that, because once I do, hair's gone. I've always made the mistake of just cutting straight ahead, but I've learned that I have to actually cut around the ears just so it fits perfectly. Then I'm doing the other side. I'm now going to tint the lace, as I found it didn't match my skin. I'm using this lace tint by Ebin. I think I've used the shade medium, and I'm going to lightly spray it all over the lace. Then I'm getting my Ebin Bond spray. I had a lot of like hairs just going in my face, so I just used some wax stick just to brush that away. Then I spray on some of the spray. Then I'm going to tie this up and just let it mold and just stick to my hair. I was running out and it wasn't spraying properly, so a lot of it was just going on the hair rather than the lace, which was really annoying. But I couldn't find my actual band, so I just used some tights. After a couple of sprays and stuff, this was the hair. I liked how it blended with my skin, but to be honest with you, I just didn't like the hair just the way it was. I tried straightening it, and I'm not really used to short hair like this and coloured hair. It's actually been years since I've actually done like a full coloured wig, so this was something new for me. And of course the baby hairs, I didn't do it properly, and on this day I was actually rushing to go out for dinner, so it just wasn't the best. But maybe it will take me getting used to the hair and actually me taking my time to style it, but for now it is a big no. Let me know what you think and how I did, and if you have any tips, do let me know. Please make sure you comment, subscribe, like this video, and I shall see you in my next one. Bye.